Hello, my name is Nick and this is Koba, my dog. On the island of Maui, and on a Saturday morning, we went up to George Kahumoku's farm and he showed us his Hawaiian ways of farming.
I was brought up with my grandparents, who was like 2 generations from before, so I grew up with them. When we were little, the only thing we went to the store for was basically salt for salting our fish or pork or beef, and sugar, for making, again, sugar cures or whatever, and for like a lot of the vegetables, we use sugar and salt and vinegar too. That's the 3 or 4 things. Other than that, we grew everything that we ate, on the farm. We had our own taro, we had our own poi, that kind of stuff, yeah. Okay, we got lemongrass. Come on, let's go over here. Here. If you smell this, you can smell that? See, smell that. That's real lemongrass. You guys ever smelled that before? Yeah, take that. So that's kind of lemongrass. Come around. Now we have, this is oregano. When you eat pizza and you eat spaghetti, this is real oregano, okay? Fresh stuff right from the garden, okay? Then you ever eat pork sausage? Here, oregano for you guys, okay? This is sage. You mix this with pork, and that's Jimmy Dean's special sauce right there. This is sage, right from the garden, okay? Then we go over here. This is tarragon. It looks kind of sad right now because it's gotten too much water. It looks like a tarragon. This thing right here, $50 an ounce, used in Italian cooking with fish and chicken. Tarragon, okay? You see that? Okay, let's pass that on. Do you guys see it? Okay, this is common. This is rosemary, chicken, that kind of stuff. Smell that. So all of these different herbs. Okay, and then we have lettuce. We got more right over here. This is Thai basil. When you make those Thai rolls, smell that. See? Now the reason it's over here is because, and I also had more herbs in here, because right over there is my kitchen. So it's like 2 steps away, boom, I'm in my garden, I grab my herbs, throw it back in the kitchen. So that's a great thing. Okay. Now, this is our garden. The key to our garden is the mulch. Okay, usually all of the mulch comes from the trimming the trees, whatever, and then we're making compost over here. So I use basically the mulch as a cover. The other thing you find at a lot of our rubbish dump is all of these plastic foam containers that they use actually to ship fish in. I worked at the Westin for like 25 years. Every day they throw away two of those. Actually, I had 400 or 500 of these in my last garden. So what I do is I save them and bring them home. It's a raised garden. We got mulch in there, compost, stuff in the garden. So I have everything. I have green onions, you can see. Okay. We got Chinese 1-buck cabbage. This is going to seed right now. We got string beans. The thing about string beans is when they're wet, you don't want to touch them. Okay. But if you're looking there, look at all the beans that's in there. See? Pick string beans. Hey, you guys want to do that? You can pick string beans too to take home. Okay. The thing is about my farm, everything's organic. Here, taste. You can take a bite. You can eat everything fresh out of our. Okay. Let's come around this other way. On this other side, we got some fresh corn. Again, the silver sweet variety I've planted, and those seedlings are going to go over here. What we're trying to do is create our own forest here in Kakalua. So instead of planting trees you can't eat, I planted papayas. Guys like to plant a row of what they call like palm trees along the driveway, where I planted papayas. And these are volunteer flowers that came along the way. But believe it or not, in here what else do I have? I companion. I got some bell peppers. Can you see that? Let's bust out some of these leaves. So I got bell peppers growing with papayas, okay? This is a variety that's been in my family like for 50 years. This is, we call it Puna sunrise papayas. All organic, okay? This is Ohia Pele taro. This taro is, we consider the taro our family, the eldest brother of man in Hawaiian culture. But this is one called Ohia Pele, the smoko pele. This is the only variety that we use as whole kupu tutu pele in the volcano. So I grow that variety mostly for cultural purposes. I get more bell peppers. More taro. This is a lehua variety. Okay, you can see the dot right here, lehua. More stuff. And come over here. Again, we double, triple planting instead. We're creating our own forest, but forest of things we can eat. This is what you call Oriental Eggplant. Okay, this one here, you know, if I harvest it in like 2-3 weeks, it'll be again. I usually get about probably 100 eggplants a month just from these 3 trees. This is peppermint. Okay, make my iced tea, and I also have over here is spearmint. You can see the difference in it. One is more pointed, spearmint, peppermint. Okay, and then I have all these different varieties of tea leaves growing right around my house. More tea. We need the tea plant for headaches, medicinal purposes. Underneath, you know, in the olden days, Hawaiians would just, if you had a headache, you just take one of these. You strip out the, there we go, you know, take it out. You can also use it as a compress. You got an aching muscle, put 5 leaves, heat it up, put it around your body, and the next morning it'll just draw out all that ehau. I gotta use it more for my neck, okay? This is the flower, which hardly flowers. I don't want more flower. So, the flower of the tea. My lehohonu. Kind of the last stage now, but this one is used for asthma. You know, the plant, you break it up, it has a really strong smell. My grandma used to steam it and would eat it, vegetables and stuff. That's how we eat it. Now this is one of my favorite plants. This is mamaki, used by Hawaiians for high blood pressure, just to calm your nerves down. This is like the, I think, king of kings plants. And in the olden days, the Hawaiians would strip the bark and made the best topper for clothing. So you can use this for clothing as well as for and of course, we gotta have our citrus trees. So every 15 feet or so, I have some kind of citrus tree. Then more tapioca, another citrus tree, and the whole canopy line. This is this wild halikuna growing. And I don't care about the wild halikuna because guess what? I cut it down, the leaves come back down on the ground. It's compost, more. It's actually taking the sun from the earth, coming down into the leaves, transporting it to vegetable matter from the ground, and then I cut it out, and so the energy from the sun went to the leaves, ends up on the ground, feeds my plant. Remember I showed you the Wahipele taro over there? This is the Wahipele tea leaf. She looks like the smoke of pele. See the red, the smoky flavors? What we do is we take the taro itself, we wrap it in this leaf with the Wahipele ava, and that's what we throw into the volcano or give for whole coop for gifts. We don't actually throw, you know, they put gin and wine and all that kind of stuff. You go look at the bottom of the volcano, there's this whole, it's just like a whole rubbish dump of old bottles that people have thrown in over the years. So this is still stuff that's more organic. This is that Wahipele tea leaf, Wahipele taro, and I'll show you the Wahipele sugarcane later on. Okay, this is the lauhala tree. And the word hala, because it has thorns over here, means to forgive. So this we plant this trees like anybody did a transgression over you. Hawaiians believe the kino law of forgiving is the lauhala tree. You know, when you get a prick by the thorn, you go, oh sorry. You know, so it's sort of like saying forgiving your transgressions. So that's why I planted this one. More coconut trees.